What's up guys, callsign Spade here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the JG Aug A2. Now immediately upon first sight, you're going to notice that mine is green. I spray painted this. When you get this, it's going to be black. Alright, so the outside construction of this gun is mostly polymer. However, the upper receiver right here is metal, and the barrel is completely metal. The safety switch is located right behind the trigger, and the magazine release is located right behind the magazine. This gun shoots around 350-ish feet per second and has a pretty decent fire rate. The M16 length barrel on this little compact weapon makes it have amazing accuracy, and with .2 gram BBs, you're pretty much on the dot whenever you fire this thing. To eject the magazine is simple. All you have to do is press down on the magazine release and pull out the magazine. This gun has some pretty cool features. One of them is a working charging handle, in which, if you pull the charging handle back, it exposes the hop-up unit. Another unique feature is that this foregrip here is able to fold up, so if you want to carry it, it can be out of the way. In order to fold the foregrip, all you have to do is push down on it and then rotate it, and it locks in place. And if you want to put the grip back, all you have to do is push up on it again, just push it back. Now the last cool feature about this gun is how the fire selection works. In order to put this gun on semi-auto and full auto, first you have to take the gun off of safety, and then if you squeeze the trigger part way, it fires semi-auto. If you pull the trigger all the way back, it engages in full auto. Now disassembly of this gun was made very simple. First all you have to do is eject the magazine, then put the grip up. Next, you want to pull the charging handle back and flip it up so it locks in place. Now you have this button right here that's exposed. All you want to do is push the button to the right, rotate the barrel, and slide it out. This exposes your hop-up unit and your all barrel. Now to take off the upper receiver is also pretty simple. First I would suggest putting the charging handle back down, and then you have this pin right here. All you have to do is push the pin out, like so, and then pull out the pin. Now the upper receiver should be able just to slide off. Now getting to the battery compartment is also pretty simple. All you have to do is just take off the butt plate. This is where your battery is housed. It holds an 8.4 volt mini battery. Now getting inside the gearbox is a different story. In order to get inside the gearbox, you have two screws in here that you need to take out, and you need to take out this screw here. So in order to get to the two screws in here, you need to have a regular Phillips screwdriver, and just take out the two screws that are up on the top inside the battery compartment. Alright, after when you get the two screws out, I would suggest using the butt plate here as a good place to hold in your screws. But now we are able to take out the plastic plate inside of here. Now when taking out the plastic plate, I would suggest using a flathead screwdriver, and make sure you gently remove it because this plastic here is very fragile. Right, and this is what that plastic piece should look like after when it's been removed. Now next what we want to do is remove this screw right here. Now be warned, if you remove this screw, there's a nut holding the screw in place at the other side. So once you remove the screw, the nut will fall out. Make sure it lands in a very nice area. Right, now that we have this screw here removed, all you have to do is try to spread this apart a little bit and wiggle it around, and eventually the gearbox will fall out. Just make sure you be kind of gentle with it. Right, after that, here's the gearbox. It's a modified version 3 gearbox, and it's pure metal. Now in order to reassemble the gun, you do everything you did to disassemble but in the opposite order. Make sure the gearbox goes inside correctly, make sure you screw on the plastic plate back inside the battery housing, make sure you put the screw and nut back in here, take the upper receiver, put it here, put the barrel, and slide it in here, make sure you lock everything in place, and it should be done. Alright, so this gun comes with an 8.4 volt mini battery, a charger for the battery, a muzzle cap, and an instruction manual. This gun also did come with a little mini pack of 100 BBs and some really cheap plastic sights. Unfortunately, I do not have the sights here with me because they broke, so they're trash. If you buy this gun, you definitely do want to get another optic with it. In case if you're curious, I bought a spare magazine to go with this gun, and it fits in perfectly. This is an ASG AUG magazine. It's a 350 high cap magazine. It actually fits in here better than the magazine it came with. So don't be scared to buy extra mags with this because it fits. This gun shoots about 200 feet, which is great DMR material. Basically, you have a 350 feet per second gun here that shoots about 200 feet. It's a DMR basically right out of the box, and it's also on the dot accurate, so it does make a great DMR. There are a few problems I did have with the gun. The first problem being is that I can actually remove the safety from this gun without any really disassembling. And this is a concern because this is how you can remove it. First, I'm going to just put this gun in fire, and then the safety just comes out. Just like that. This is a safety issue because if I lose the safety, this gun will be able to fire whenever the trigger is squeezed. There's no way to set this gun on safe without the safety, so that is a flaw with the gun. The second issue I had is that you're actually not able to remove the trigger assembly from the gun. If you're wanting to spray paint this, just put some tape over the trigger. You're not able to remove the trigger from the gun. And do not try to remove the trigger from the gun. If you do, there's some pieces inside that can easily be lost and your gun will not work the same. The gun will still function fine, but it just won't work the same. Another problem I have, and this one's very minor, I don't really count this as a problem, but I know there's people that have a problem with it, is that the front grip here is actually pretty wobbly. It's not really wobbly, it has a little wobble to it. I don't find this a problem because it's still pretty sturdy, but it is a little wobbly, so keep that in mind when you buy this. Right, this problem I'm not going to demonstrate to you, so you're just going to have to take my word for it. But if you remove this pin right here to take off the upper receiver, there's a metal piece in here that keeps this pin in here. You know, it keeps the pin in there. What the problem is that the pin is able to fall out real easily. It's not secured to the gun at all. So if you end up losing this piece, you're basically screwed. You're going to have to probably end up gluing this tab in here, which you don't want to do. Make sure you do not lose the metal piece that's in here. Now this can be easily solved by just gluing the metal piece to the gun, but that is a defect with the gun. Right, and the very last problem I have with this gun, and it's the biggest problem of all, is at the battery. I blame Airsoft Megastore for this because when I got this gun, it had a major defect. It will not hold a charge for very long. I can charge this battery completely, and over 24 hours, it will become completely dead. I had to buy a new battery for this, which is not hard to find, but it's a shame that I had to buy another battery for this, since this one does not work. Overall, despite its flaws, I really highly recommend this gun. It's great for DMR, and it's great for assault because it does shoot around 350 feet per second, which does make it good for close quarters combat and mid-range to long-range combat. So, if you're looking to buy this gun, a link in the description is below. I'd like to thank you guys for watching this video, and have a nice day.